Okay, good morning, dear professor and classmates. Here is our presentation, our consolidation video about understanding learning environments and also linking the different subjects that we studied this first semester of the master program. We're Carlos Mora and Edwin Peña, and the idea is that we're going to socialize our ideas, our main ideas about the how to foster a bilingual learning environment in the future and how to optimize and to transform it into a very good and enhancing one for students. Okay.
So let's start it by saying that the real context that we are basing the technological enhanced bilingual learning environment is the is at SENA. We both work at SENA, and generally we have 30 students per group. There are some components of technology found at the learning environment, and the main goal is to apply the English for a specific purpose methodology into the contest that they are going to be located, that is the work contest.
So we have defined five main principles that we need to take into account in order to transform this learning environment. So first of all, as Carlos mentioned, we have certain technological resources inside the classrooms, inside the learning environment, but the idea is to enhance the use of these technological resources in order to have access to integrate multiple sources of information and also to have access to a multimodal texts. And the idea is that all of them consolidate new knowledge for students in an easy and motivating way.
Besides, the idea is that also the integration of multiple languages, not only Spanish and English, but perhaps other languages that can be taught, are placed in the learning environment in order to balance the use of it, and communication could be promoted to create a real bilingual space.
In third place, we need to remember that we are basing everything on an ubiquitous learning. Yeah, so let's remember that learning can occur anywhere with anybody at any time. So it's really important that we have complementary real life scenarios besides the classroom itself. So understanding that beyond those four walls, we have wonderful learning experiences that can complement our everyday life and also complement the knowledge that learners are getting day by day.
Okay, therefore, also cooperative learning, projective learning, collaborative learning should be promoted in the learning environment in order to create successful learning ecosystem to integrate all the stakeholders of the community in the process of teaching and learning.
Finally, we need to remember that it is also important to include the concepts of identities, values, attitudes, personalities, learning styles, every single part of their reality, of learners' reality, and also all the stakeholders Carlos was mentioning, also involve them into the process and guaranteeing, obviously, a general well-being and a good climate, good school climate. Well, in this case, learning environment climate. It is necessary that we consider other aspects that are not directly linked to the academic part, but that also means something important for developing good knowledge.
Okay, so in order to keep on contextualizing this context that we're talking, it is important to start considering the translanguage conception that is going to let students, learners, and even teachers to better understand and comprehend those implications in terms of linguistic communication, sociocultural context, to real appropriate the process and to really understand what is going on to become a bilingual person. So this concept has to be integrated not only into the lessons but also in the full conception of the learning environment.
And in the same way, innovating means also having critical thinking as a goal and as a constitutive part of the process. It is important to teach students or to allow students to think autonomously and also to have a certain idiosyncrasy that includes pluralism, inclusion, tolerance, that the plural scenarios in which we are here in Colombia and anywhere in the world are really also shown inside the learning environment, respecting difference and also learning from the ones that are different to me.
Besides, something that we want to include in this learning environment is the cohesion development, and this implies what? To make students conscious about the process and integrate other parts of the community to the learning process. This implies to become them autonomous learners, creators of the knowledge that they are acquiring. Also, they are going to be aware of how they are going to apply this knowledge into the working context. And this is going to really impact the way all the community is going to be involved in those learning processes that are going to take place at this learning environment.
And finally, we have to also remember that it is really important that learners have certain degree of autonomy and that they can integrate their own knowledge to the real life experiences. In our specific context that we were basing this presentation on, working environments are fundamental. So that's why giving the students the possibility, the learners, the possibility to understand how to apply those concepts into real life and in the working environment is fundamental, but also providing them with tools that allow them to think autonomously. And with emancipation processes as well, integrating the idea of not just repeating what they heard, but thinking by themselves. Okay, so we try to be the as concise as possible. And this was our presentation, trying to integrate the different knowledge that we acquired during this semester. We based our presentation in these references and others as well. And also, it is important to understand that for the bilingual environment of the future, it is fundamental to have this full ecosystem equipped with all of the different aspects that we have been mentioning. So thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed our presentation.
Okay, thank you so much. And well, see you and tell you we are going to reflect this later. Thank you.
Bye bye.